watching the NFL on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Here's 1st down. And off comes to Montgomery. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here comes a very important kick now from Michael Badgley. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That is bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. Here's a 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the give, it's White. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. On a handoff, it's White. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to White, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Pass. Switch. He's coming.
They keep it on the ground. White again. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end, but that kick puts the exclamation mark on it. That was a big risk here in overtime. It sent him out to fire away from long distance, but he knocks it through to give him the lead.
Edgy, don't you think? Because if he misses there, ball goes to the spot of the kick, correct?
Yep.
And guess what? That only leaves about, 20 yards or so for them to go downfield and be in position themselves. So you have confidence in it, and you have confidence in your defense, so go ahead and let him kick that one.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.